Hello everybody and welcome to Sin City Living. My name is Jason. I'll be bringing you today's episode. Now I've been trying to get away from doing the intros, but I haven't had a whole lot of success with that. So I'm going to have to go back into doing that again, but I'm going to try and keep this as short as I possibly can. I apologize for how infrequently we've been posting videos the last few weeks. Been working a whole bunch of extra shifts, and then I went in and had eye surgery, so I've been recovering from that and still am. But hopefully within the next couple of weeks, we're going to get back to our usual routine of having a decent number of videos coming out for you guys, especially all those exclusive videos for our patrons. We're really trying to focus on giving you guys some awesome content. So for anybody that is interested in that, just go ahead and check the description of the video down below. And I've had quite a few questions, even though we've had this system in place for a little while, quite a few questions on how you can, how our fans can tip us or show appreciation to us, and you can buy us a cup of coffee. We set up a quote-unquote tip jar for that. Again, just check the description of the video down below if you're curious about that. Otherwise, hope you guys are enjoying things. Please email us with anything, strategies you would like to see, questions you may have, videos you would like to see. If you would like to see us do the true crime stuff again, or just the mob stories on Vegas, or the history of Vegas, or restaurants, anything you might like to see from us, please shoot me an email, sincityliving@gmail.com. We love shooting this stuff for you guys. Otherwise, we're going to jump right into today's video. So for this video, to go along with today's dealer-centric videos, we're going to talk just on a few different little how-tos when it comes to things like table maxes and the Vig. So first, I'll talk about Vig. So we're looking at let's look at the 4 and 10, the buys on the 4 and 10. Okay. So when we're calculating a Vig on something, be it a buy on the 4 and 10, or buy on the other numbers, which is a bad idea, or a direct lay per se, the Vig will always be calculated on whichever number is smaller. And what I mean by that is look at the original bet and look at the payout. So for a 4 and 10, the bet itself is smaller than the payout because the payout is double, right? Double minus the Vig, of course, but double. So therefore the Vig is taken off of the bet. Now with a direct lay, you're betting more to win less, so the payout is smaller than the bet. Therefore, the Vig is based off of the payout. For instance, if I were to bet a $100 buy on the 4, I'm paying a Vig on $100. If I were to do a $100 direct lay on the 4, I'm paying the Vig on $50, what I would be winning, right? Because whichever one is smaller. So what's a quick and easy way to calculate out the Vig? When it comes to the 4 and 10, there's a remarkably simple way to do it, and that is it comes into play when you have oddball amounts. Let's say someone decides something that not so much oddball like improper, but just things that you may not necessarily see all that often. Here's a great one. Okay. Say 820. Let's say somebody, for whatever reason, maybe they pressed up or whatever, and end up with an $820 buy. Okay, $820 buy. So how do you very quickly calculate out the Vig? Number of different ways. Some dealers might go, well, it's 25 for the 500, then the 300 is another 15, and then the 20 is another 1. That's one way of doing it. I'll give you $41 Vig, but here's a real quick and easy way. You have $820 buy. Drop a 0, you're at 82. Cut it in half. $41 Vig. That, by the way, is the same way that you would calculate out a 5% commission in Baccarat. Drop a 0 or move the decimal point. Cut it in half. Boom, there's your Vig. It's 5%, right? So it's half of 10%. So drop a 0, cut it in half. There's your Vig. So when you've got these stranger ones, that's a quick and easy way of doing it. Just grab a random dollar amount here. Someone wants to do a buy. Okay, so what do they have? They have a $1,760 buy, $1,760 buy. So 176 cut in half is going to be, let's see, 176 cut in half, to use. $88 Vig. There you go, $88 Vig. Pretty easy. Just move the zero, cut it in half. Same thing applies with the direct lays. When you have a direct lay, now you have to look at the payout though. You have to look at the payout. So let's take a look at this exact same bet, okay? 1,760. But now they want to do a direct lay. Of course, they have to pay the vig up front, unlike the 4 and 10 on a buy at most places. So they have to pay the vig up front on $1,760 direct lay. The first thing you have to figure out is you have to figure out what it pays. So you have to cut, in this case, you just cut it in half. Pays $880. So $880, drop the zero, cut it in half, $44 vig. $44 vig for this particular bet. Again, fairly easy. Now, let's look at the other thing that I wanted to offer a little bit of advice on, because this seems to confuse some dealers. How to calculate out maximum lays, especially on things like the 5 and 9, but how to figure out a maximum lay. Let's say somebody does a, let's keep it a little bit smaller right now. Let's say somebody does a $35, had a $35 don't pass. And now they want to know how much is the max that they can lay on it. Now, the first thing is you have to know, obviously, what the odds are at the casino you work at. If you're at a 3, 4, 5 odds location down on Center Strip somewhere, then it's fairly easy. 3, 4, 5 odds means that that lays are always 6 times the bet. So 6 times 35, $210. $210 is their maximum lay, which would pay them $140. Now, what about other situations? What about other types of odds? Well, you run across the occasional double odds place. More often you're going to run across 10 times odds, 20 times odds, or 100 times odds. Now, this is where you have to do a little bit of math, because their maximum lay can pay the maximum amount they would be able to take as odds on that bet. So if you had this bet, this 35 as a pass line, what would be the maximum odds you could take? That's the most your lay can pay. And sometimes that makes it a lot easier to calculate. Right? So let's say you're on a 10 times odds place. That means that 35, the max would be $350. $350, right? $350 is the maximum odds they would be allowed to take. What does that pay as odds? It would pay $525, right? $525. That means that the maximum lay they could take is $525, because that would pay them the max odds of $350. If you're at a 20 times odds place, you just have to do the same thing. You're just doing it double. Whatever the odds are, you have to calculate out. That's the maximum payout, right? What you could do is you could calculate in your head maximum odds. What does it pay? That's their max lay. Right? So let's say the number was a 10 and you're at a 20 times place. Well, a $35 pass line bet would be allowed to take $700 in odds on a 20 times odds location. 700 in odds is going to pay $1,400. Therefore, $35 don't pass is going to be allowed to take $1,400 lay, because that will pay them the $700. So that is the, I won't call it quick, but that is the easy, the efficient, and the proper and the only real way to calculate out what maximum lay is going to be. That's how your box calculates it out when you don't even want to put in the couple seconds to figure it out and just look at the box and go, what's their max? Now you make the box, just sit there, stare at the bet for a second and figure it out, if they don't already know it. Most of them are already going to know it. So I hope this is helpful to you guys, interesting, illuminating, enlightening for you non-dealers. And thank you everybody for watching. We will catch you guys next time. Bye now. Thank you everybody for watching today's video, and as promised, a little bit more detail on things that we are working on. So again, we want to continue trying to expand the channel. We're really hoping to be able to add roulette as soon as possible, and then some video keno, video slots, stuff along those lines. Unfortunately, it ate up almost all of our cash paying off all of our bills during the month of January while we were down. And now that the holidays have ended, YouTube's payouts have dropped significantly. So we're kind of treading water here as far as all that goes. Do have a lot of things we want to add, though. Not just those things, those additional games, and hopefully some carnival games and such like that, but the live streams. The biggest problem right now with the live streams is with 3 jobs combined between the 2 of us, 4 if I include the 20 to 30 hours a week I'm putting into the YouTube channel. It's very, very difficult for me to have a day and time that I can commit to doing the live stream every single week, because we also have our very young child to take care of. But I'm trying to figure that out. I'm thinking it's probably going to end up being on Monday nights or Tuesday afternoons, or possibly both. I intend to do at least one live stream exclusively for our patrons, and then another one on the YouTube channel. So possibly both days. We also have a few other things that we really want to attempt to move forward on. I'm just running into either time or skill set issues. I do want to eventually have a website going for us. I did used to program websites over a decade ago. A lot of things have changed, and I just don't have that time. And not a whole lot of knowledge on the current state of building websites, hosting what sites can host, and how to build up the e-commerce stuff. So if anybody has any skill sets along those lines and would like to answer some questions or just help us out, shoot us an email, sincitylivinglv@gmail.com. Also, I really hope to be able to start adding some exclusive stuff from Sin City Living, logoed shirts, hats. I'm looking to get custom dice made, even custom layouts made, although those would be pretty expensive. But I know zero about e-commerce and drop shipping and anything along those lines. So if you have any skill or knowledge in that area, please email me. I would love to ask you some questions and see if you can answer a few to help me figure out how to get that going. Same thing with designing our logos. I had some logos designed, very, very small logos, unfortunately, not big enough to blow up to put on T-shirts and stuff like that. And again, I know I know nothing about logo design, graphic design, any kind of websites that could do it. I literally know nothing. So if you have any skill or knowledge in that area, also please email me, and you're willing to answer some questions. Please email me and let me know. I'll admit I don't even know where to start as far as asking some questions, but I'm sure I'll ask a few, and that'll trigger a few more, so on and so forth. So yeah, there's that, and of course we do hope to continue to improve our AV setup, but I am an AV moron, so also right there, if you have any skill sets or knowledge in that area, please email me, and are willing to answer some questions. Please email me and let me know. We would love to help. Otherwise, again, thank you everybody for watching, and we're very excited to continue bringing you our videos. Bye now.